We're entering the fourth season of Reconfigured Atlanta, so what I wanted to do today was look back at the trends, who's ran good, who's wrecked a lot, and what it means for this weekend coming up. The 2022 Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500 saw William Byron win over Ross Chastain, Kurt Busch in the top 5, Daniel Suarez in 4th, and Corey LaJoie finishing 5th. There were 11 cautions, 12 DNFs, 20 different drivers led a lap, and there were 23 cars on the lead lap at the end of the race. Interestingly, this is the only 500-mile race that they have ran on this configuration of Atlanta. They went back that summer for the 2022 Quaker State 400. Chase Elliott won again, Ross Chastain finishing in 2nd, Austin Cindric in 3rd, Eric Jones came home 4th, and Ryan Blaney rounded out the top 5. 13 cautions in this one for 11 DNFs. 12 different leaders led a lap, and there were 21 cars on the lead lap at the end of the race. The first of 2 races in 2023 saw Joey Logano beat ex-teammate Brad Keselowski. Christopher Bell finished in 3rd, Corey LaJoie with another top 5 in 4th, and Tyler Reddick in 5th. This race was a little bit cleaner though, only had 5 cautions for 8 DNFs, 13 different drivers led a lap, and there were 23 lead lap cars at the end of the race. The 2023 Quaker State 400 was shortened from 260 to 185 laps because of rain. William Byron ended up being the winner. Daniel Suarez was the runner-up. EJ Allmendinger came home 3rd. Michael McDowell 4th, and Kyle Busch rounded out the top 5. And now, again, this one was shortened, but we had 7 cautions, only 3 DNFs, 12 different drivers led a lap, and there were 27 lead lap cars. I'm sure there could have been more additions to the cautions and DNFs had the final 75 laps of the race been run. And now for last year's race, the 2024 and Better Health 400. That classic finish with Daniel Suarez beating Ryan Blaney and Kyle Busch. Austin Cindric and Bubba Wallace rounded out the top 5. There were 10 cautions in this one for 8 DNFs, 14 different drivers led a lap, and there were 22 lead lap cars. Now for the 2024 Quaker State 400, this was actually a playoff race in the round of 16. So how did that affect everything? Well, all playoff drivers ended up finishing in the top 5. Joey Logano won his 2nd race at Atlanta, where Ryan Blaney and Daniel Suarez finished in the top 3 again. Christopher Bell finished in 4th, and Alex Bowman rounded out the top 5. This one had 8 cautions for 6 DNFs, 14 different leaders led a lap, and there were 29 lead lap cars at the end of the race. So where does that bring us for averages? Well, in these 6 races, there have been an average of 9 cautions, 8 DNFs, 14 different drivers to lead a lap, and 24 lead lap finishers. I include that lead lap finishers because that kind of gives a good sense of how many cars took damage. While they might not have DNF'd, if you drop off the lead lap at a drafting track, you probably had some sort of trouble throughout the day. So taking a look at the winners table here, as you can see, Chevy has won 4 of the 6 races. William Byron with 2, Chase Elliott and Daniel Suarez with 1 apiece. Joey Logano has won twice for Ford. Something else I wanted to look at was the margin of victory, and I found a pretty interesting trend here. The 3 spring races have finished under green. The 3 summer/fall races have finished under caution. So what does that mean for this weekend? I don't know, but we're probably going to see a green flag finish. In 2022, William Byron beat Ross Chastain by 1/10 of a second. In 2023, Joey Logano beat Brad Keselowski by just under 2/10. And of course, that thriller last spring saw Daniel Suarez beat Ryan Blaney by 3/1000ths of a second. So who have been the best drivers throughout the race consistently? So I tallied up all the stage points that have been earned in these 6 races, and I got this top 10. Ryan Blaney leads the pack with a solid lead at 86, Austin Cindric with 60 points, William Byron at 44, Brad Keselowski with 38 points, 1 ahead of Chase Elliott at 37. He's tied with his Hendrick teammate Alex Bowman. Joey Logano has 33, Martin Truex, who will not be in the race this year, but I thought I would include, had 30, and then the Trackhouse teammates of Daniel Suarez and Ross Chastain at 28 and 29. We all care about points, so who would have won the Xfinity fastest lap point had it been in effect the past 6 races? Well, Martin Truex Jr., again, not in this race, would have won it in 2022 race 1. Alex Bowman would have won it in the fall race. In 2023, the winners would have been Ross Chastain and Kyle Busch, and in 24, Josh Berry and Carson Hocevar would have gotten fastest laps. So at a drafting track like this, it's not really a consistent winner. One thing I also wanted to touch on is that we have 3 Uncharted entries coming in this weekend. Corey LaJoie is looking to follow up a 22nd place result in the Daytona 500 with a solid run here at Atlanta. He has run all 6 Gen 7 Atlanta races with a 14.8 average finish, and of course he has 2 top 5s here, one of his best tracks on the circuit. The next 2 are guys who DNQ'd for the Daytona 500 and are trying to turn their seasons around. JJ Yeley in the 44 car has run in 3 Gen 7 Atlanta races with 1 top 10. BJ McLeod has run all 6 Gen 7 Atlanta races with a 26.6 average finish. So, who are the drivers that can't stay out of trouble here? Well, Kyle Larson has DNF'd in 5 of the 6 races here, which I thought was crazy. Noah Gragson has 4 DNFs, Buescher with 3, and then a handful of drivers with 2. Tyler Reddick and Ricky Stenhouse Jr., both of the Dillon brothers in Austin and Ty. William Byron has 2 wins to go with 2 DNFs. BJ McLeod with 2 DNFs. Harrison Burton DNF'd twice, but he is of course not in this race. He is back down in the Xfinity Series. And Chase Briscoe has 2 DNFs. So, who's finishing in the top 10 a lot? Well, just like in stage points, Ryan Blaney is at the top with 5 top 10s in 6 starts. Daniel Suarez and Kyle Busch both have 4. William Byron, Ross Chastain, and Austin Cindric have 3 top 10s. Corey LaJoie, Chris Buescher, Logano, and Bowman with 2. And a handful of other drivers with 2 that I'll just go through quick. Chase Elliott, Eric Jones, Justin Haley, Brad Keselowski, Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, Ty Gibbs, Michael McDowell, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Now, something interesting about this top 5 list, there are actually more drivers who have DNF'd twice than gotten 2 or more top 5s, which I thought was really interesting. Daniel Suarez leads the pack with 4 top 5s, Ryan Blaney has 3, and then William Byron, 2 wins, 2 top 5s, Ross Chastain with 2, as mentioned before, Corey LaJoie and some impressive company on this one, Austin Cindric, Joey Logano for Penske both with 2, and then Christopher Bell and Kyle Busch to round out the list. So who do you think has a chance this weekend, and which of the Uncharted entries do you think is going to have the best run? Drop a comment on that, and thank you for watching.